Topic 1: Federal Reserve rate cuts speculation and financial strategies. The Federal Reserve has lowered interest rates by 0.25 percentage points, adjusting the benchmark rate to 3.754%. This marks the second rate cut of the year, still relatively high compared to 0%. Tony Kelly, co-founder of Bond Blocks ETFs, argues that bonds can go beyond being mere safe assets and present aggressive investment opportunities. With interest rates no longer close to zero, more opportunities are emerging in the fixed income market, particularly in emerging market bonds and private credit ETFs, which offer daily liquidity and institutional-style returns. Topic 2: Microsoft's workforce expansion and efficiency focus. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella recently announced plans to expand the company's workforce again. The employee count was maintained at 228,000 during the 2025 fiscal year, despite layoffs, reducing it by at least 6,000. Nadella emphasized that adopting AI tools will enable employees to relearn their functions, leading to an eventual increase in staff. Microsoft aims to enhance productivity through AI, with features in Microsoft 365 and GitHub Copilot, while also noting that AI is central to all planning and execution. Topic 3: Explosion at Harvard Medical School and health safety concerns. An intentional explosion occurred at Harvard Medical School, fortunately resulting in no injuries. University police observed two unidentified individuals fleeing the Goldenson building in response to a fire alarm. The Boston Fire Department has deemed the explosion intentional, with no additional devices found. The incident raises concerns about safety at Harvard Medical School. Topic 4: White House restrictions on reporters' access. The Trump administration has announced new regulations limiting reporters' access to the White House press office. Under these rules, journalists can no longer enter the press office without an appointment. The White House justifies this move citing security concerns, but the White House Correspondents Association criticizes it for hindering journalists' ability to gather information and undermining government transparency. Similar attempts were made during the Clinton administration, but were retracted due to backlash. Topic 5: Saudi Arabia's investments in artificial intelligence. Saudi Arabia is making significant investments in artificial intelligence, AI, through its company Humane, which is developing data centers, cloud capabilities, large language models, and applications. Humane is owned by Saudi Arabia's nearly $1 trillion sovereign wealth fund and aims to make the country the third largest AI market globally. The company plans to build up to 6 gigawatts of data center capacity by 2034 and is collaborating with major AI partners like NVIDIA and Amazon Web Services. Topic 6: Historic trade agreement between the U.S. and China. A historic trade agreement has been announced between the U.S. and China aimed at easing economic tensions. The agreement includes U.S. tariff reductions and various commitments from China, such as curbing the influx of precursor chemicals for fentanyl and resuming imports of U.S. soybeans and agricultural products. In exchange, the U.S. will lower tariffs on Chinese imports by 10 percentage points and extend certain tariff exclusions. This agreement is one of several achievements during President Trump's Asia tour. Topic 7: OPEC Plus modest increase in oil output. OPEC Plus is set to agree on a modest increase in oil production targets on November 2nd. This decision comes as a response to concerns about oversupply and aims to adjust market share recovery plans. Since April, OPEC Plus has increased production targets by over 2.7 million barrels per day, but has slowed the pace due to oversupply forecasts. 8 member countries, including Saudi Arabia and Russia, have tentatively agreed to increase December production targets by 137,000 barrels per day. Topic 8: Salmonella outbreak linked to supplements at Sam's Club. The FDA and CDC are investigating a salmon,